Hello everyone, I am back again for another Miraculous video. Sorry for the 2-month wait and quietness, got some stuff going on in the background. Hopefully I can be back to give you bi-weekly Miraculous Ladybug videos. So I thought today I'd make a video about everyone's favorite main Asian character, and I'm not counting Yuna's mom as a main character. So let's get to know Kagami. First off, what is a Lotus Blossom woman?
The lotus flower trope is probably by far the most overexposed trope that centers around Asians. She is also known as the China doll, geisha girl, or lotus bloom. She's an over-sexualized woman who is submissive and docile.
So, as I stated in the video, a Lotus Blossom woman is a common character type seen with Asian women in media. Pretty much they're all attractive, docile, submissive women that are seen in movies and media. In past movies, they usually be the geishas or the foreigner that's saved by the main, usually male white character. These characters would rarely have any character development and are just there to be saved. Or really, they're pretty much that Asian girl that is fetishized due to male gaze. You can think of them as the same thinking tree as the nerd Asian or the spicy Latino woman. Pretty much the go in the kitchen and make me a sandwich type of female, aka Hinata from Naruto, the type of woman every guy wants on 90 Day Fiancé. So with that information out of the way, let's look at Kagami. Kagami, when she was initially introduced, was supposed to be an initial rival as seen to Adrian Dufresne. She was probably the only person that would call Adrian out on his BS and would give him life advice instead of forming a puddle every time she saw this man. She would later become a potential love interest to Adrian due to her mom being a rich woman due to a Japanese company that specializes in technology. She was pretty much the Asian Elon Musk. Instead of flying cars or electric cars, we got Kwame rings instead of headache. With Clarendon when you need it. I can see clearly now, the rainbow's gone. Adrian and Kagami relationship would eventually over time become super pushed thanks to the father of the year pushing the relationship as the best thing ever in season 5. Let's be honest, dude. Kagami and Adrian weren't gonna work together. Kagami was like friends with benefits. Interesting for a moment, but not really going anywhere. Right now, Kagami and Marinette are friends and pretty much she's used for comedy and as the Asian Alia for times for giving advice to Marinette. Also, Kagami's mom bought an OJ since nothing really happened to her last season after all the stuff she caused with Gabriel. Out here saying she was following Gabriel's wishes. Never heard someone say they want to follow failure. So after that extensive review of Kagami, let's talk about how Kagami falls into the Lotus Blossom stereotype. The first thing is that Kagami is Asian and female. Sorry to point out the obvious, but 99% of Lotus women are Asian women. The other percent are just probably half Asians, probably. Kagami's Japanese. Heck, even the typical tiger mom and her own mother, just to remind you how Asian she is. And when we think of submissive Asian women, Japanese are probably the top women to think about, in a stereotype type of way. Let's not act like in the past years through anime or whatever. Let's not act like the Japanese girl is seen as the go make me dinner, honey, or I'll have dinner when you're ready type of girl. The Lotus women will also have little character development, or kind of just gets along with the main character. If we kind of look after the whole Adrian Kagami relationship debacle lasted like a whole episode. The relationship pretty much lasted as long as nap time in kindergarten. We waited 2 whole years for this relationship. After that, Kagami's kind of been chilling. It's like, look at our highlights these last 2 seasons. It's giving Marinette romance advice from a manga, aka Asian Alia, or being part of the reason why Lila topped Chloe's accumulation records this last season. Oh wait, also went from breaking up with Adrian to literally dating his twin. Man looking like a Twilight movie reject. At least before I saw the whole Ladybug special, he's kind of beat now. She's pretty much an afterthought these last 2 seasons. Another quality of the Lotus Blossom woman is usually they're the love interest of the main male character. As stated before, Kagami was the love interest of Adrian, as now is the love interest of Felix. Which, you're not gonna lie, she kind of moved up. Could you imagine dating someone, or waiting to date someone, and gotta wait 8 whole years just to kiss them? Also, the last quality of the Lotus Blossom woman I want to talk about is the fact that they always need to be saved or need to be saved to solve their current problem due to their docile nature and can't take care of the problem themselves.
The ring you gave your mother was a fake. This is the real one.
How is this possible?
The last of the Sarugis isn't your mother, it's you. The rules of your family no longer have to be created by your ancestors. From now on, they're yours to make.
much, Kagami has become the Asian version of Daphne from Scooby-Doo or most of the Disney princesses. Let's be honest here, I understand wanting better for your child. Sometimes you gotta be harsher on them so they can have a better future than you did. Trust me, I got immigrant parents myself, I understand. But there's a difference between that and locking them in a building and forcing them into a relationship. Even before that peak in season 5, it was obvious Kagami was starting to be snuffed under her mother, to the point she didn't know how to socialize with people. Insert Kagami's attempt to make a friendship smile here. Instead of having Kagami face her mom head on, you gotta have Felix save the day as I shown in the video before, after Felix had the best villain arc in season 4 finale. Must something in the water in the Ladybug universe and rich kids unable to have healthy relationships with their parents, only for their partners to have to save the day. No wonder Adrian and Kagami couldn't work out. How can they save their partner's problems when they can't even take care of their own? Like a typical Lotus Blossom woman, waiting on your prince to save the day. So with all that, we can agree Kagami is your typical Lotus Blossom woman, or has been starting to show traits of one. What if I told you it wasn't really supposed to be that way? Or against all odds, Kagami has started to show these qualities? First off, let's look how she's introduced to the show. Kagami was introduced in the season 1 episode we post, where she literally comes in, kicks the scene, and introduces herself.
Which one of you is the best combatant?
Adrian, please give our visitor a lesson in chivalry.
Adrian's smiling like he can't get this butt whooping. As you can see, she tries to start throwing hands with Adrian and fencing, and they get so upset because she was hot stuff, felt like she was cheated, which will cause her to get akumatized later on. So we have Kagami enter, let her nuts hang, and made the plot in the episode. So we have a female showing non-docile behavior, showing quite character development, because say what you want to say, we knew more about Kagami in that one episode than we did of Sakura before Shippuden. Kagami challenged the main character, not as a love interest, but as a rival. I didn't see Hinata challenge Naruto and tell him he's gonna get this ass whooping. Believe it. Also, as stated earlier, the Lotus Blossom stereotype is usually a romantic interest of the main character, usually the savior and the white savior trope. Yes, Adrian and Kagami dated, but usually in these type of relationships, they date and live happily ever after, in which the girl is an afterthought and has no say in the relationship. Kagami not only had say so in the relationship, but actually presses Adrian to start dating. And then when she felt like she was being cheated in the Adrian relationship, and that he was not spending time with her and he was keeping secrets from her, she's like, yeah, I'm too good for this. Hinata from Naruto's leading relationship in which the husband is never home for the family, but Lily has the ability to make shadow clones so that he can be home with the family. Or heck, he can even make shadow clones do the other jobs around the village so they can get home faster. Since all the shadow clones have memory, but still chooses to stay at work and not be home with the family, causing obvious problems. But no, I guess I'll stay in my Lotus Blossom corner. Ain't that right, Hinata? Also, something pretty out there in the room is Kagami comes from a family of female business owners. And for what the show has shown is that Kagami is the only child of said owner. Usually to be a business owner, especially I assume on the level of an Asian Elon Musk, you need kind of shrewdness and ruthlessness to you. Nothing of that sounded docile and quiet. You're responsible for people's lives. You're responsible for people's lives and jobs. You don't get to sit back. Your job is to do the opposite and tell people to not be quiet either and get the job done. You can see there multiple scenes in the show of the interaction between Tsukurugi, Kagami's mom, and how she's drilling this important shrewdness into Kagami. How she needs to be so that she can succeed me. I'm not gonna allow you to thank the company I worked so hard to build over the years, Kagami. Assuming she didn't inherit for herself from her parents or someone else.
I was wrong about you. You are weak, controlled by your feelings. You are not up to our family's ambitions. But I will not let you add humiliation to the disappointment you already are.
Even going back to how Kagami inherited this uncertainty from her mom and how she learned how to deal with her problems. Usually with Lotus Blossom women, they don't know how to deal with their problems. They have to wait for the main character to come say that they solved their problems. But if you look with Kagami, for example, early in the show, Kagami showed obvious problems of having trouble socializing. So instead of, waiting for the main character to come and tell them, oh, they're perfect the way they are, to give them confidence, or waiting to meet the main character, which will introduce a change in them, Kagami goes out of her way to befriend Marinette. That way she can learn to become friends with people and learn to better socialize with them. It kind of beats the whole Lotus Blossom treatment of waiting on the main character for improvement and change and character development. With all that, Kagami was a girl that went from a small seedling to a Lotus Blossom female. Like, if you'd have guessed what Kagami was about to go after her introduction, it wouldn't have been the second in command to Mr. Edward from Twilight. It's interesting when you really sit down and think about it. Like, a guy with LeBron's body and athleticism playing those sports, it can happen, but you wonder what could have been. Use your talent. What really happened along the way. It's almost like a paradox, which is why I named the video the way I did. She's supposed to be one way, but went completely the opposite. Maybe hers and Adrian's scripts got switched and they forgot to fix it along the line. It's possible this can just be a Lila thing where Lila went to being Gabriel's assistant at the end of season 3 into being the main villain in season 6. Was pretty much an afterthought all of season 4 and part of season 5. Maybe Kagami goes from Lotus Blossom to tell her mom to shut the mouth up and stop telling me what to do. I'm gonna date this guy that looks like the guy you wanted me to date. Not because I'm not over him, but because I want to date Felix. Also, however, they could decide to pull a Chloe and decide that's what Kagami's character is, and that's how they're gonna roll with it. But wouldn't it be surprising? So that's the video. It's nice to get back in the flow of things and do these kind of character analysis videos. Shout out to the girl that had the shortest relationship in animation history. Like and subscribe, and have a good day.